Alrighty guys, so I talked to you a little bit last week about how we are going to start our mosaics project. And some of you have already got started with it, which is absolutely amazing. Today I wanted to go over a couple of things. I'm going to show you a little video that's going to show you basically start to finish of your whole project so you can tell what's coming, so you understand what's going to happen, and so you can actually see what direction we're going to be going in while you create your mosaic yourself. Couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about is a couple of deadlines I have over here on the board. Tomorrow we are doing our metal frames rubric, okay? AKA they have to be done tomorrow if you want all of your happy shiny star points, okay? So do your best to finish them up today if you're at that point when I'm done talking, and get them done. If you are already done with them and I sprayed them for you last Friday, they are over on the cart. You should come pick them up. Those of you that are finishing up the sanding and polishing and making them beautiful and shiny today, put them on here so I can spray them tonight. Okay? Also, I did pick up more boxes for our mosaics, so before you even get started, make sure you go over, they're over by the emergency exit door, and you can pick up your own box. Okay? There should be more than enough for everybody. Alright? So, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about mosaic art. What is a mosaic? As I mentioned to you last week, a mosaic is taking glass, tile, mirror, anything like that, and smashing it or breaking it down into smaller pieces and then re-putting them back together in order to make an image. Okay? This can include an actual image of something. It could be abstract. Basically, the point is things being broken apart and being brought back together, right, to make something. What can you mosaic? Here's a bunch of really wide variety of examples of what you can mosaic. Basically anything, okay? As long as it's got a nice sturdy surface, you should be able to mosaic on top of it. So obviously we see a lovely flower pot made from a toilet, which is actually kind of cool if you think about it. Guitar, furniture, shoes. I'd like to point out to you guys this summer, as some of you know, I am teaching a mosaics class at the UWGB Art Camp. So if you are interested in furthering your learning, I guess, about mosaic art, I am going to be doing furniture with high school students. So if that's something you might get into, you should definitely sign up for it. This is some of my art, as what Miss Knight had told you guys. Mosaics is kind of my forte. It's what I enjoy doing most. So last summer, I actually was able to make a deal with the Orchid Bug lady. If you guys don't remember that store, it was downtown Broadway by Kavarna. She actually paid for a lot of my materials up front, and the exchange was I mosaiced a bunch of flower pots, and I gave them back to her in order to sell them for profit. So that was very cool of her. And then this is one of my bigger pieces that I did that now hangs in my apartment. So, somebody I wanted to share with you guys, because it relates pretty directly with what we're doing, is a man named Nekchan Sani. He is from India. He is a very cute little old man now, but when he started this project, he was probably about my age. So this is a project that has been going on for years and years and years and years. I think he's like in his 80s, or I think he's close to 90 actually now. But what he did was, way back when, he was living in a city, this Chandigarh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm probably butchering it, but he lived in this little city, and it was at a time where there was a lot of war and turmoil and things like that going on. So what he did was when he got done with his work every day, he would go around to all the ruins and all the buildings that had crumbled down or things like that, and he would gather up materials from these buildings, put them in his backpack, and he would bicycle into the spot he chose in the jungle. And he would create these sculptures of humans. There's some animal sculptures in there. He built rock walls, like what you see in the back here, and he would actually mosaic on top of all of them. Okay, it's this style of art is called outsider art. It's called this because he kept it secret for so long, and nobody knew about it until one day the government decided that they were going to go clear out that part of the jungle to start building up other buildings, and they stumbled across it, and that's how it was discovered. But rather than take it all down and clear out the area, they instead preserved it and it is now like a landmark in India, and it's a huge tourist spot. As a matter of fact, the government is funding for people to come in and continuously work on it. So it's still an artwork in progress. It's very cool.
So he died?
He is still alive. He is still alive, and this is him. Isn't he adorable? You just want to like pinch his cheeks, he's so cute. But yeah, this is Nekchand, and he's actually younger in this picture. But yep, he's still alive. From what I've understood is he actually was in Green Bay like a couple of years ago giving a talk, which I wish I would have known that. I would have been there. But like I said, he is a self-taught artist. He had no history, no background in taking art classes like you guys are. He just did this on his own, and eventually he got his family and his friends to help him out with this project, and that's how his project turned from him being by himself in the jungle making these amazing things into an 18-acre sculpture. And literally, it's in the jungle, it's all garden, it's absolutely incredible, as you will see. So like I mentioned before, outsider art, that's what he's known for. Basically this term means raw art or rough art, and what I mean when I say that is a lot of these artists, they're considered outsider artists because their artwork is considered, like, it has unconventional ideas, it illustrates mental states, like extreme mental states, fantasy worlds, things like that. So a lot of times these artists are kind of afraid to share, or they're afraid of public scrutiny and things like that. So they keep things secret, and a lot of times their artwork is not discovered or figured out until after they die, or until it's stumbled across like Nekchand's was. These are some pictures of his garden so you guys can get a little bit better idea of what I'm talking about. Just hundreds of thousands of millions, I don't even know, rock people. These are all sculptures. They're everywhere. All of them are using recycled glass, tiles, crumbled building parts. Like everything is all recycled. They aren't using the stained glass like what we're doing. Everything is from something. So it's basically all getting reconstructed and re-putting back to use. But this garden has been preserved, like I said, and as you can see up here, there's like a natural waterfall that they've managed to preserve and protect. And then they created these pathways so visitors can walk through it and see it. But you can walk through this whole garden, you can see the stuff, you can touch it, which is pretty unique because a lot of times you can't touch stuff, right? So that's what makes it very special. This obviously was constructed over the waterfall, but all of this is mosaicked. All of it. Everything in this garden is mosaicked, if that gives you an idea of how much work has gone into this project. Something interesting is that they do still take volunteers from all over the world in January, I believe. And if I don't get a job, I've considered maybe doing that this January. So we'll see what happens. If I do, I will send Shelly pictures and you guys can see it. So this is what we are doing. Since it ties so well, we are going to be mosaicing on our rocks, as you know. This is an example of something we are not doing, but it is an example of a more abstract piece, if that is a direction that you want to go in. I don't want you guys to do the whole rock just because of our limited materials. So we're going to do more of a concentrated picture, which is what I've been having you pick out, is all of your templates, your designs, things like that. If you choose not to do one of my templates, that's fine, but you need to pre-approve it with me. You need to make sure it's not a copyrighted image, you know the expectations, okay? So, just a couple more examples. I do like this idea a lot because it's not covering the rock completely, but it's got like pictures a little bit all over the place. So maybe if you have a big rock and you want to do a dragonfly in one corner and then a flower in another corner, that's fine with me too, okay? Just some more ideas. These should all look kind of familiar. These ones here are little itty-bitty pebbles, okay? We're not doing those, but just so you can get an idea of how many things you can actually mosaic. They're pretty cute. Somebody did their house numbers, which I thought was pretty awesome. I love the lizard. Love it. Okay. I'm going to show you guys a quick video that's going to take you through start to finish so you understand how things work, how the grouting works. And we will be grouting. Oh, when is our grout day? Our grout day is on the 29th. Okay, so in about 2 weeks. Alright. I'm going to show you this quick. Let me know if you can hear it or if I need to turn it up. Just got really happy music.
So I have my rock. I've already traced out my pattern with pencil. And I'm laying it out the way that I want it, with just the basic features. These are just little plastic alphabet beads that you find in the bead section. And what I'm going to do is I just glue them down, put a little drop of glue on each one, glue it down.
Just so you guys know too, we are not doing letters. I don't have things for that. However, if you choose, if you want to do something like that,
then
that's fine. But you need to bring in your own stuff.
Straighten them out before your glue dries the way you want them. Here's a great flat marble. You can find these just about anywhere nowadays. And these are glass canes, kind of like a millefiori cane. They're glass. So there's all my basics. Now I think I will start to cut. I'm using a real nipper, and I'm going to cut for my outside edge. And I put my real nipper in the stained glass, kind of put my hand over it, cut it. That way it doesn't go flying. And then I just start to glue these. And it's just a little bit of glue. I think we always end up gluing things with a little bit too much glue. Even that, I try to collect that because if the glue doesn't show, then you can grout it a lot faster. If you're in a hurry. If you're not, then you can just wait overnight.